Hey everybody, Mike from Second Chance Bird Dogs. I've had quite a few messages this week from quite a few people. Quite a few people stopped by my house, want to train their dogs. And I would say half the people I talked to this week said that their dog goes absolutely bonkers when they put him inside one of these right here. I'm not saying necessarily a gunner kennel, but any kennel. They say they put their dog in there and she freaks out. Most of the time, the dog doesn't freak out if they can see him. But if they go to leave, if they go out of sight, that dog goes berserk. The dog goes nuts. And a lot of people in the dog world are calling this separation anxiety. You people know me. You follow me for a reason. You like me for a reason. That's because I'm blunt. I'm to the point. I don't hold any punches. I don't cut corners. I tell you how it is. And I'm going to tell you how it is right now, and that is that separation anxiety is not a real thing in dogs. Now, do I see this on a weekly basis? Yes. Do I call it separation anxiety? No. I call it a spoiled dog. I call it a dog that doesn't know how to be alone. How do you get this? How do we see this in dogs? How do we diagnose this? How do we know that this is what's going on? Or what led up to this? I'm going to show you exactly what led up to this. This is Nash. He's a 10-month-old puppy here at Second Chance Bird Dogs. I've really yet to hear this guy bark. He doesn't really bark. He's kennel trained. They did it right. But what happens is we have our dog right beside us at home. Okay? Dog's going to sit by us on the couch. And what do? Dog puts his head on our lap and we pet him. Nothing wrong with it, right? Everybody's watching this video going, I can't pet my dog. You can pet your dog. But we're going to sit here for an hour and we're going to do this. And we're going to rub on him. We're going to itch his good spot. Itch behind his ears. Rub his body. And every time our dog is near us, we're going to do this. We're going to pet him. Every time our dog comes to us, we're going to touch him. Every time we sit down and our dog sits by us, we're going to touch him. And you notice how he calmed down now that I'm touching him? And we're like, oh, finally he stopped barking, he stopped whining. But that's not the solution, folks. Because what happens is, just like a husband and wife, let's say the wife leaves the house, she gets to the end of the driveway. Husband texts her, hey honey, how you doing? She's like, oh, I just left the house, I'm doing great. 10 minutes later, she texts him, hey honey, what you doing? Oh, I'm just sitting at home. 20 minutes later, he texts her and says, hey, how's work going? She texts him back, hey, going good. This husband and wife are constantly texting each other every 10 minutes. There's not one move that that husband or that wife makes throughout the day that the other does not know about. And they're constantly in tune like that. Every single day for, let's say, 3-4 months straight. Nonstop, the honeymoon phase, right? Let's say the first day that that husband doesn't text that wife back. Or vice versa, the wife doesn't text the husband back. 2 minutes goes by. 3 minutes goes by. An hour goes by. 2 hours goes by. What is that husband or wife thinking? You're sitting there looking at your phone thinking, they always text me back. They always answer me. They always tell me where they're at. And you start freaking out. Did they get in a car wreck? Did something bad happen? Did they get robbed? Did they drop their phone? Do they need me to go get a new phone? Do they need me to go get lunch? What do they need from me? And they start freaking out because they don't hear from that significant other. You say, what does that have to do with this? Well, you're doing the same thing with your dog. See how he's whining right now? Every time that dog comes to you and he sits by you and you touch him. And you're just rubbing that dog. There's nothing wrong with petting your dog, folks. But every time your dog sits next to you, you don't need to touch him. Every time your dog comes to you, you don't need to be in your lap. He doesn't need to be on the couch with it. He doesn't need to sleep in bed with you. Because what are you teaching that dog? You're teaching that dog to be with you 24/7. And then when that dog's 4 or 5 months old, you expect to take that dog and put him inside a kennel. Well, what did you just do? You just took everything that dog knew and took it away from him in an instant. Kennel. You put that dog in the kennel, and now he doesn't get petted. He can't see you. He can't smell you. He can't sit with you on the couch. He can't lay with you in bed. He has no idea where you're at. What's he going to do? He's going to freak out. We can stop this problem at a very young age by doing simply what I just did. Don't touch the dog.